Hey, what's going on YouTube? Cameron here from Media Aquatics. Are you tired of building overflows like this? Or spending this much to buy a conventional overflow? If you are, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I build my overflows that I use in my fish room. So today I'm going to show you guys how I build my overflows. There's plenty of different ways out there. There's plenty of videos out there. I know Joey the King of Y has done several on his. This is just how I do mine. I came up with an idea. I got it from Roma Aquatics. Try to do it as slimline as possible. I really hate having multiple tubes in my tank. And this is based off of, if you guys have ever seen overflows for drip systems. This is what I base my design off of. My pipe I'm using is 3/4 inch PVC, schedule 20, so it's the thin wall, and CPVZ 1/2 inch, so it's a 1/2 inch outer diameter, not a 1/2 inch inner diameter. Pipe, you're going to need 2 4-inch pieces of PVC here. Like I said, I did 3/4 inch. You will need 4 that are 1.5 inches. If they're a little bit longer, that's okay. Again, I tried to do mine as compact as possible because I didn't want it. So if you want to do your first one 6, you can do these 2. That is fine. I just don't recommend going any shorter than the measurements I'm giving you here. You will need 4 elbows for whatever size PVC you're using. Mine again is 3/4. 2 end caps. This piece is not necessary for you guys. This is just how I hook mine into my drain line. So this is 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch outer diameter, so 1/2 inch regular PVC. And this is just how I hook mine into my drain line. You will also need 2. These are, I believe, 8 inches. And I cut the ends on an angle. You can see that. 2 90-degree elbows, and 1 2-inch piece of 1/2 inch PVC. So we're just going to set the 1/2 inch stuff aside for now. We're only going to use our 3/4 inch for what I consider our overflow box. So I like to start, I take my 2 tees. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm not cementing anything together right now. You just want to put those together and pretty much create an H with it. So again, the 1/2 inch is so they can butt up tight, because this is going to be the part that's going to rest on the lip of your tank. Next, you want to take 1 of your 4-inch pieces of 1/2 inch PVC and put it in one end. And then on your other end, you're going to take another 1.5 inch piece. So at this point, this is what you guys should have. You have your H with a 4-inch piece and an 1.5 inch piece here. You're going to take another T and put it off of your 1.5 inch piece. So you should have 2 T's butted up against each other here. And then your other T is going to go on your 4-inch piece. There. So I don't know if you guys are starting to get the gist of it, but again, this is going to hang on the back of your tank. This will be on the inside. This is where your water level is going to be. So this is where your water is going to flow in, over, and then it's going to come out here. So this is where I'm going to end up putting my drain line piece later on. From here, you're going to want to take your other 4-inch piece of PVC pipe and put it on the end there. So, on this end of your 4-inch PVC, it's just going to get an end cap. Here, you're going to have a 1.5 inch with an end cap. So it's pretty simple. I mean, this is the overall. This is it. So right now, though, this is not going to do anything for your overflow. Again, this is just your overflow box, essentially. So what's going to happen is this end's going to hang in your tank. Water's going to fill this up. We're going to build our overflow out of the smaller diameter pipe later. It will flow the water over top and then fill up this reservoir on the bottom here. So it's going to try to level off, and that's why we have this flow lower, is because once this tries to fill up to match this level here, it's going to actually flow down into your drainage system, sump, whatever you're using. And these being open on top don't matter. I use 90s on a other one for a prototype and drilled holes into it. This was just easier for me to prime and get a siphon started on. So all we're going to do with these is take our 1/2 inch pieces, put the two 90-degree elbows together like this. And then put our 8-inch pieces here, like so. Again, I like to use cut ends. They don't have to be any special degree. It's just so when you put this into here, it doesn't lay flat here and reduce your siphon if it's cut on an angle. So if you can see down in there, when it's cut on an angle, you don't have to worry about it laying flat against the end cap and breaking your cycle or slowing down your siphon. And that's it. So that is the overflow. So again, this just kind of is just free floating in here. No water actually flows across this. All your water is going to be stored here. Once it overflows, you fill up your tank or you pump water into it. However, it's going to flow into here, fill this up. Once this fills up past this point, your siphon is going to kick in and it's going to flow down into your waistline. So really, this is the key point here that you want to make sure is cemented together if you're not going to do the whole tank, because this is what's holding your siphon, and this is what's going to really do all the overflow. So if you don't cement this together and you get an air leak and it breaks your siphon, you could potentially overflow your tank. So again, you could use 1-inch PVC here and use 1/2 inch PVC. You could go up to 1.5 to 3/4 as this. I wanted to do mine as small as possible. Mine's just for a auto top off drip system. So I really wasn't that concerned about high flow rates. I think CPVC is rated for around 200 gallons per hour. I don't know if you're fully getting that with this system. But again, I wasn't really concerned about a high flow rate, so that's why I wanted to go as small as possible. And again, CPVC was smaller than 1/2 inch, so I could get it to go inside 3/4. So let me take you guys off the tripod and I'll show you guys it in action on the tank. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys the overflow in action here. First we got to prime it. So to prime it's pretty easy. You're just going to take both pieces, your overflow box and your siphon, your overflow tube. Place them both in your tank. Submerge them both. Make sure you get all the air bubbles out of the tube. Put it together underwater. And there you go, our system primed. So you're not going to get any flow until you drop that water below the surface. So again, it's going to drain down to wherever you have your level. So for me, I'm using it as a auto water change, like drip system. So this will be my tank level. I'll start pumping my water in. The level will fill up. Siphon starts. My overflow starts. Drain out all my dirty tank water. Once the water stops, the level will lower to wherever the bottom is. Siphon will stop. If you wanted to use this for a sump filtration, something like that, I would definitely recommend going bigger than 3/4 of an inch. Maybe go 1.5 inch with 3/4 inch inner diameter tube to help with your siphon, because you would definitely want more flow rate. I mean, as you guys can see, I can start and stop it anytime. This right now is prime because I have water in this reservoir here, and I'm going to have the equal amount in water in this reservoir here. So this is filled. This is filled. My siphon, my overflow tube, is down in the bottom, so it still has water in it. Once this level raises above this tube, it's going to start to overflow out. So here's one of them in my my tanks now. As you can tell, there's only one tube in, and then this one ran a little bit low, so I just put a cap on the end here. Let me see if I can show you guys better. Yeah, I just put a cap on the end, drilled holes where I wanted my water level. I eventually am going to go with the setup I have in this tank here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So what I did was, where my overflow starts, I put 3/4 inch PVC out and took my table saw and cut slits into it to pretty much create like an overflow weir, so I can get some surface skimming whenever I'm filling it up. It also allows me to, wherever I cut the bottom is where my water level will sit, so it was able to let me raise the water level up about 1/2 inch in this tank. Alright everyone, so that's going to do it for this week's video. I hope you guys learned something. I just wanted to show you guys how I do my overflows. It's something different that I really haven't seen a lot of people do. I've only mainly seen it done for drip or auto top-off systems. Again, I'll share my experience with it and how they work out in my fish room. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. As always, please give this video a thumbs up and share it so we can get more people over here to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.